That's up to your family. Hello, everyone. Lynn and I would like to welcome and thank each of you for traveling great distance to be with us to celebrate Megan and Josh's marriage. And while everyone has come a great distance, we would like to thank Arlene, my mom, who is 85 years old. Vancouver.
My principal. I'm told you were late all the time.
But she loved you anyways.
This is a real testament to her love for her granddaughter Megan.
Yeah.
I should also thank my sister Marcia, not because of her age,
Better not.
but rather because she invited Megan to live with her family in London, and that is where Megan and Josh met. This wedding is an incredible time of joy in our lives, and we are grateful to each of you for joining us here in Thailand to celebrate. We are delighted because our daughter Megan has found her person, who we know will walk through life with her. Josh is her loyal, hardworking, steady friend, whom we know will always be there with her. Sometimes they will walk together, and sometimes they may limp. We were confident that they will always support one another. Josh shares Megan's love of success, travel, and children. So they are a good match for this journey. It is incredibly gratifying and of great comfort to know Megan has found her person. So we welcome you, Josh, wholeheartedly into our family, and we want you to know you are very important to us. We feel blessed to now be connected to the Carter family. Neil and Fiona, you have raised a wonderful son, and we know you will embrace and love Megan.
When Megan and Josh announced their engagement, the celebration and merriment began, and it has brought us many touching and special moments. We have received many sincere wishes and helped celebrating, and literally endless hours of support from our dear friends and family. Thank you for being there for us. Your love has made this experience incredible. We received one note in particular that we feel perfectly describes our daughter Megan. It said, "You have raised a wonderful, brilliant, kind, and loyal daughter." And you know, that sums up Megan very well. Megan, you are wonderful, brilliant, kind, and loyal. We are incredibly proud of the woman you have become and how you choose to live your life. You pursue your goals while caring about and for both the people close to you and also those people in our world who struggle. Your heart is huge, and you balance your brilliance with goodness. You're ready for a life with Josh, where you both care for each other and make a difference in our world. And so I'm incredibly proud to ask everyone to stand and raise their glass to join me in a toast to Megan and Josh. To Megan and Josh, may God bless your life together and grant you love, respect, and happiness.
Cheers.
Well done.
Now living in his 5th country in 10 years, it is very apt that we are all here in another exotic location. And I think you picked a pretty good spot. And my last thank you is to my brother. I am lucky to have a brother who is the best mate and always there when I need him. Even if it is via FaceTime these days. So it is truly an honour to stand by your side on your big day. I have to admit, I wasn't quite sure what my responsibilities were. So I did what any normal person does these days, and I asked Google. I discovered I had 3 responsibilities today. First, I had to make sure that Josh was properly dressed for the occasion. And luckily for Megan, and all of us, he has moved on from his days of his white man dreadlocks. So no worries there. Secondly, was to get Josh to the ceremony on time. And thirdly, guarantee that the groom arrived at the ceremony totally sober. Well, I suppose 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I remember hearing the story of how Josh and Megan met. With Josh crashing Megan's meeting with my dad, while she was working for her auntie Marcel back in Sutton. Jumping into Neil's seat whilst he went to get her a coffee to try to get her number, and I guess the rest is history. Now we all know Josh is a pretty laid back guy, so I knew she must be pretty special for him to be so proactive. Megan, I know you make my brother very happy, and I think everyone will agree, you make a stunning bride. I wish both of you a lifetime of happiness. You guys are a truly amazing couple in every way. It gives me immense pleasure, not to mention relief, to invite you all to stand and raise your glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Carter. To Josh and Megan Carter. Cheers! Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening, guys.
As all of you guys know, I'm Melissa, Megan's little sister. And I just want to say thank you, Nathan. That was an incredible speech. It's really hard to go after you now. You've been an incredible best man, and more importantly, big brother to Josh that is a part of it. So thank you for that. So my mom sent me quite a few articles on how to do a maid of honor speech, and I really wish I read them now. Note to self, you always listen to Linda. But instead I did a bit of my own research, and I started asking my friends, well, what did you say about your older sibling? And they all said the same thing. Well, you talk about how they paved the way for you in life. You know, get in trouble, like make it easier for you growing up. So, Megan, get nervous. Growing up, Megan was incredibly smart. I remember getting report cards and coming home, we'd give them to Mom and Dad, and there would just be silence. And then eventually, Mom would sit me down and ask me if I thought I could do better. I was getting A's and B's. Like, these were not bad grades at all. But that's what growing up with Megan as your big sister was like. She was a straight A student, exceptionally smart, and set the bar way too high. In high school, you'd expect your sister to get caught drinking a few times or getting into trouble. But in Megan fashion, she never got caught. And Mom and Dad, she really was way worse than me. Needless to say, I was grounded for the majority of my grade 12 year. Long story short, my big sis did not pave the way for me in any way I wanted her to growing up. But that's the thing, Megan. Unbeknownst to me, you were paving the way. You taught me to strive for excellence, whether at school, getting good grades, or at work, pushing for that promotion. You always taught me to set big, lofty, unattainable goals. And when I would ask you why, I remember sitting with you in Costa Rica and be like, why, what's the point of this? This is stupid. You looked at me and you said you can do it. With the utmost faith that I could achieve absolutely anything. You live this and you practice this in your day-to-day life. You had an idea, and next thing you know, you were starting a bikini company. And Josh, Megan would wake you up to 5 a.m. goal setting sessions. You are such a trooper. But your fearlessness and faith in yourself and other people's abilities to accomplish their dreams is something I will always look up to and value. So this day and whole week has been absolutely incredible. I know we can all agree to that. So much thought, energy, and care was put into every detail to try to make sure everyone had their best time. Megan, I know, and Josh, a lot of this was to do with you, Megan. As you are quite the planner. Literally, that is her job. She's the planner. I swear I saw more lists for this wedding than I ever thought imaginable. The best was when I received a list outlining my hourly itinerary for my vacation in Hong Kong. Wednesday, March 31st, 1 p.m., beach. She definitely made sure I hit all my favorite activities. And that's the Megan we all know and love. She's organized, thoughtful, and has an amazing zest for life. So I've definitely tested Megan's patience a time or two with this. Megan's travel bug started to rub off on me a few years ago, and I was off to travel to Central America by myself. She was sure not going to let me go alone. I don't think she thought I'd survive. So she changed everything and made sure she was there. But she let me plan the trip. So one day I told her we were going surfing. For those of you who don't know, it takes Megan a lot to get into the ocean, let alone her hair wet. But I convinced her. I told her, you know what, you can just suntan on the board, lie on the beach, watch, it'll be great. I totally lied. We brought her onto a boat and we got taken to the middle of the ocean to surf a reef. We could barely swim to shore. And all I remember from that day was Megan bobbing in the water, her board halfway in the air, and the waves were just crashing on her. But that's the thing about Megan. As much as she would have preferred to plan her own trip, it didn't faze her. Nothing was going to get in the way of the quality time she was getting with her little sister. No matter what Megan's doing, a yoga class, grabbing a beer on a patio, or even surfing, she makes the most out of every moment. She cares so much about making sure others around her are happy and experiencing life to the fullest. For Megan's people, no questions asked, she'll do anything for you. She will travel across the world, schedule amazing activities so you can have a trip of a lifetime, or drop absolutely everything she's planned in the day because you call her and said you had a bad day and you need your big sis. She puts those she loves and cares about first. And Josh, I'm so happy that she found someone like you who will choose her every day and do the same. Josh, I'm not the best at sharing, but I wouldn't want anyone else to share my big sister with. To describe our family as special is an understatement. We're quite unique. And you just fit right on in. Even when we ask you to do a family video, you just jump right on into it. You put your family first, which to our clan is the most important thing. You can't choose your family, but Josh, we sure choose you. And we love you, whether you like it or not. Once you're in our clan, you're in it for life. So welcome to the family. Megan and Josh, I love you both so much and I'm so happy for you. So everyone please stand and raise their glasses. I want to give a toast to my beautiful big sister and best friend, and my big younger brother. Cheers!
Time with Minions. And I think it was important to make Josh saw that she's where she spent a lot of time.
We tested them.
Yeah, we tested them, and let me tell you, I mean, as I said, so brunch was pressure, but this is high pressure because you can't get away. There is like nobody else there. So, I think, here's a young man that he came, he presented himself fantastic. Notwithstanding my comments earlier about the, waiting for the tennis lessons, I mean, he built a makeshift tennis court on a driveway and said, hey, let's go. I'll teach you a thing or two. And what kind of grip is that you have, Joe? How do you call that?
What was it called?
That was an Easton forehand grip, I believe.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like the wrong thing, and he laughed at me. He laughed at me. So, Josh, again, I think you're a fantastic young man. We look forward to spending a lot of time together. Notwithstanding you're in Hong Kong and we're going through it. I think Megan has found herself a great catch, a great person. Vice versa, Josh, you found yourself a fantastic young lady. With that, I give Josh and Megan Carter.
Hello, everybody. Can we just get a round of applause for Joe? He's been a great deal of help with that one. Thank you very much. Just on behalf of Megan and myself, I'm going to keep this super short and sweet. If I get everybody to stand with their glasses, I'm just going to make a quick toast. First of all, I just want to make this toast to all our friends and family here today. It's definitely very special for both of us, and thank you so much for coming here and celebrating our special day with us. It's definitely very rare to have all our favorite people together on an awesome vacation in Asia, so we really appreciate that you guys took the time and spent the money to fly out and share this with us. We have people from all over the world, coming from Calgary, London, Vancouver. Did I say London already? London, they're the noisy lot. London, and our friends from India as well made the journey out. Portland as well, I nearly forgot Portland, so the States as well, there we go. And obviously New Zealand. Thank you very much. I know Megan and myself will definitely cherish these moments for the rest of our lives. And yeah, thank you for friends and family. Cheers. Let's start the party. Megan?
No.
Megan?
Josh did it for me.
What? Disappointed.
Megan.
Here we go, Megan. Light the lights. Megan, guess what? She's gone off. We were waiting.
So Josh was the one who's going to hear behalf of both of us, like he said at the beginning, because I have to dance twice in front of all of you. I'm terrified of that. I guess I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful that you're all here. For this entire week, we've been able to have a really good time. Beach day, pool days, aqua aerobics, massage days, and I've loved every minute of it. It's been so amazing, and it's come together better than I could have imagined. I want to thank my parents so much for putting on this beautiful, beautiful week for us. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, and it means the world to us that we can have all of our special people here in one place together. So I want to stand up and raise a glass to my parents and to all of you for being here and enjoying this with us. Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Hey, Brian.
Karen.
Okay,
go.
Kudos to the chef and those that chose the menu. That was fantastic. So the next couple that's going to give us a little speech. I'm sitting here thinking, what am I going to say?
Exactly.
But something came to me. So I do have a bit of a story, if you'll indulge me. So about a year and a half ago, we heard that Josh, who was living in Vancouver with Megan, not same city.
Places. I wasn't going to say that.
We clear? That his parents were coming to visit, and so we got an invitation to brunch at the Penthouse.
Remember it well.
So I'm like, well, that's pretty weird. How would you like to be Josh, who's bringing his parents over to meet his girlfriend's parents, okay, who's already there, right? That's a bit odd. That's a bit hard. And say, okay, well, you're also going to meet the aunt and uncle and the nieces. So it happened, and I met Neil and Fiona, and I have to say that Josh, through the whole thing, was an unbelievable gentleman. He was fantastic. He handled it very well, because you know what, we're a tough crowd. The Miller-Viches are a tough crowd. And so that's my story, and I think the apple does not fall far from the tree. So Neil and Fiona.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Neil Carter. Is it on? Yeah. It's on. Fiona, my wife, and I, obviously very proud to have Josh as a son, and I was assuming this was a toast, but it seems a little more pressure has been placed upon me. But I've been also told it's not allowed to be a roast, which I totally get. Once you put your foot right in it, yeah. I wouldn't do that. My first toast, and there will be four, so you might get a little leg work out here, has to be to Fred and Linda. This has 150% exceeded my expectations, and Fiona and I only have gratitude towards you two. The effort that you as a family put into this wedding has been quite phenomenal. I can thank you all day of the adjectives to describe the venue and the organisation. You know, idyllic would be one, but I think that's falls short of exactly where we're sitting tonight. So I'd like everyone firstly to stand up and toast Fred and Linda for what a phenomenal day we've had.
Fred and Linda.
Fred and Linda.
Now sit down again, please, because I'm hardly finished.
Can't we just stay?
The second thanks has to go to the bridal party of Melissa and Nathan, who I feel have done a phenomenal job. Melissa, your speech was phenomenal. Long. Long doesn't mean bad, long was good. Nathan's was long, I can promise you, and was shortened. Now he wishes it was long.
Go back up. Pass him the money.
But I think on the money, you know, the two boys have been very close throughout their growing up. Josh generally being heavier and taller, and probably two wage levels higher in rugby as in weight, because it was done in weight in New Zealand, and he was a little bit heavier. Luckily he's thinned down a little bit for the wedding, and hopefully he'll stay that way. So Nathan and Melissa, great job, very professional, and I'd like everyone to get up and toast Nathan and Melissa.
Any more toasts? Don't fall in the pool, Craig.
2 more.
Think your luck will be in
There we go. There we go. Just warming up.
It's lucky for us. Don't worry about Craig.
People actually think I love public speaking. I actually hate it. The next one goes to a combined Kiwi-Canadian story. I have to say firstly that I've always felt, since getting to know Megan, that Canadians are very similar to New Zealanders. Your country is very similar. I've been out there a couple of times, and your lifestyle is similar to ours. It's just bigger. Right, not better, by the way. But definitely bigger. And I love the time I spent there, and I hope to visit more often. And I felt that, from the moment we went on, the stag do, I thought the stag do, I think, it wasn't a New Zealand Canadian thing, it was just everyone got on great. And we've really enjoyed everyone's company, we've got to know everybody. So hopefully those friendships will continue through life. To the New Zealand contingent, I have to say a huge thanks to Sam Seagull Buchan sitting there, who threw most of his glass of red wine on his white shirt earlier. So we can clap now. We're not sure how we managed that. So either someone bumped him or he missed his mouth. I'm going for version 2. This is the guy that said he was going to drink under the table tonight. But Josh and Sam have been friends since they were 4 at Montessori School and have been very tight. Obviously they live in different countries for most of the last 20 years, but are very, very tight, and I love that. The other retrobates on my right are new friends, and it's something that I pride myself with both sons, Nathan and Josh, is that they do make friends very easily. Josh, in a different way, Josh, you could put him in the middle of Saudi Arabia and you find someone to drink with, and he'd find friends, and so his ability to adapt to a new environment is quite phenomenal. And like Nathan said, Nathan did say to me one day, he said, "Dad, what's up with Josh?" And I said, "Nathan, you and I go on holiday to have a rest. Your mother and your brother, they go there to look around and meet people, and it's just not us, we're different. And they are very different, but they're also very close." So I think it's great to bring two countries together, and I think the union between these two will, hopefully make friends for all of us for life. So if I can toast to fantastic Kiwi and Canadian relations in the future.
Is this when you do the haka?
Now, thankfully and finally, my last toast is obviously to Josh and me. And we've loved that Megan in our lives since Josh and Megan met. I still haven't quite got over Josh's bravery to jump into the seat that day when we were trying to work on some business with Marcelin. And I was quite shocked, and I gave him a bit of a rev up that night. What the hell was he thinking? But this is the reason why we're here, and his bravery that day, when he hadn't even had a drink, was quite phenomenal. So, obviously he was smitten at first sight from the end of the cafe in Sutton, and this is why we're here. So, I couldn't be happier to have you in the family. Even though you're going to hyphenate your name, which concerns me a little, as long as the Carter's the last name, or as you guys say, Carter, I guess us Carters can live with that. So I'd love to see you all again, but if we can all get up and toast Josh and Megan. Somebody doesn't appear to speak.
Is it Megan?
Yeah, Megan.
Thank you very much. I'm done.
Can't lose it